I thank our witnesses for being here today. You know, one of the reasons President Trump was elected, I believe, and this administration given its charge on for a focused trade policy was because of the perception shared by the president that China has been ripping off the American people, stealing intellectual property, forcing technology transfer, flooding our market with below-cost goods, and many other affronts to longstanding trade rules that the Chinese have agreed to. And it seems to me, I articulate it almost every time given an opportunity, that the best way to deal with that is to unify our friends and allies who mostly play by the rules as it relates to the international trade environment, and then collectively bring our leverage to bear vis-a-vis China. It's not to suggest we can't optimize existing trade relations along the way. I don't know that we follow that meta strategy over the last 12 plus months, to be candid. I share that with the administration at every turn as well. But with that predicate laid, I want to acknowledge the handiwork of President Trump as it relates to USMCA. It's a signature achievement, a more durable version of NAFTA. It accomplished what he aimed to, bringing production closer to home, to places like Indiana, and it has secured better terms for workers and made the agreement more sustainable. So I want to commend Trump 1.0 on that, and Trump 2.0, as Ambassador Greer in particular works hard to make sure that we strengthen that agreement, and as he and others focus on modernizing our critical minerals approach. I commend Ambassador Greer in particular for launching the U.S.-Mexico Action Plan. For years, I've pushed for single-sector deals with teeth that are codified in binding trade agreements, so sanctioned by Congress. And my hope is we can take his good work on the action plan and run it through Congress and get bipartisan agreement, so that it's clear to investors and all stakeholders where we're going to source our critical minerals from to run a modern economy in coming years. Mr. McCarthy, as you know, we in the state of Indiana have more than 80,000 Hoosier manufacturing jobs tied to the vehicle parts industry. What must the USMCA review deliver on critical minerals to keep North American vehicle production stable and competitive?
Well, thank you very much for that question, Senator Young, and thank you again. As you talked about, over 87,000 jobs in Indiana in the supplier sector, and we appreciate your support for that industry. Yes, when I speak with our member executives, the potential to leverage this framework to ensure that we have, that we address this critical issue around critical materials is one of the things that makes them most excited about the continuation and the strengthening of USMCA. And we've heard certainly some very creative ideas from the administration, from Ambassador Greer, from Congress, to take steps to leverage this region so we have those secure supply chains. And let me tell you, we've had just an incredible experience as an industry in terms of supply chain bullwhips over the last decade. We've had the semiconductor issue, for example. So we saw that simply not having one part could shut down all of our industry. And we are reliant on critical inputs and materials. And when I speak with our member executives, their greatest strategic priority, one of them over the next decade, is having these resilient, secure supply chains. And again, there's these developments and ideas I think the supplier community sees as very positive. And we're very excited about the potential for this framework to strengthen our positioning on this and, again, protect U.S. manufacturing.
Well, there's always a lot more I'd like to ask. I'll just say, Mr. McCarthy, you mentioned semiconductors. In the state of Indiana, during the global pandemic, when we still had some market absolutists lamenting that government intended to take action to incentivize more reshoring of semiconductor production. We had auto workers in Indiana who couldn't go to work because of the sourcing challenges getting semiconductors. So you can't run a modern economy without these semiconductors, and I'm glad the Trump administration has boldly taken the handiwork of the CHIPS and Science Act and is implementing it with fidelity. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Warren.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.